Yo, what up? Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Yo, I want to talk to you guys about none other than Carmelo Anthony. What would this guy legacy been if, let's say, he went to the Bulls, won championships, shit like that, right? Or what would his legacy be if he have a championship on his roster, man? Because this guy was drafted in one of the best draft picks of all time. Drafted alongside LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh. And you can make a case, man. This dude could have been, he should have been, what you call it? He could have been first, you know, right off the bat. He could have definitely been first too, you know, depending on what team needed him. But man, this guy was a scoring machine coming out of Syracuse. The biggest problem with Carmelo Anthony was his defense, man. It just never picked up and it never developed. Even when he was young, he slacked off on some defensive plays, but he made up for it because he was young and he rebounded from it. But and today's league just kind of passed him by, dog, because the league changed and his ISO ball dominant play kind of stayed stuck in one motion. So it couldn't change. And that kind of hurt his career a little bit. And that taking place, he found himself being a journeyman, going from team to team. But let's just say he's in the 17th season. What would his legacy be like? Because we doing a what if he had a championship under his roster. Okay, because out of all those guys, man, he don't one that don't have a championship. And a championship or even a regular season MVP would have been great for Carmelo's Anthony's legacy. You know, I think he would have been more respected, and he wouldn't been such a journeyman going from team to team if you gave him he won an MVP or a championship. Now let's just say he had like 2 championships and 1 MVP. Man, there's some guys that got 2 championships that you place on the top 10. So why not have? Would you consider Carmelo Anthony a top 10 player if he had a championship and let's say a finals, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, a regular season MVP, and of course he was a scoring champ. So if you had add all that to his resume, would he been a top 10 greatest basketball player of all time? I think yeah. I think you could put him. You could make a good legitimate chance and say that he would have been a top 10 greatest basketball player. And you know what? One team that he could have joined, and Joe Dumars messed it up by not picking this guy. The Detroit Pistons. Carmelo Anthony could have got Detroit Pistons more championships. They won a championship in 2004. Carmelo Anthony would have been a rookie on his second season, basically, winning a championship with the Detroit Pistons. So it would have taken him 2 seasons to win the championship. He probably wouldn't have been finals MVP. I mean, he would have been coming off the bench. But, man, if he stayed on the Detroit Pistons, his career would have been completely different. He would have won a 2004 championship, and he would have won 2005 because they would have been playing against the San Antonio Spurs in 2005. And the reason why they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, they didn't have enough firepower to match the San Antonio Spurs. But if you had a weapon like Carmelo Anthony, trust me, dog, they would have won that championship 2005. And Carmelo Anthony probably would have messed around and sneaked away with 1 Finals MVP. He would have definitely won 2 championships by then. And he would have had a championship before both D Wade and LeBron James. So put that to your mind and thoughts, you know. And you could make a case when he came into the league, he was a little more even with LeBron James, right? So he could have won Rookie of the Year, definitely, because he led his team into the playoffs. LeBron James didn't. They still gave the Rookie of the Year award to LeBron James. And a lot of people think it was Carmelo Anthony. Now, Carmelo Anthony wasn't the most famous guy out the draft. Yeah. But he did let his team to the playoffs in the Western Conference. You could make a big case that he should have been Rookie of the Year, that he got robbed. So, If he was on the Detroit Pistons, though, his career would have been completely different. His legacy would have been completely different. And he would have been a top 10 greatest basketball player of all time. Only if he joined and got picked by Detroit Pistons, or even probably got picked up by the Chicago Bulls to help them win a championship or two. Bad luck of the draw. Press Sports out. Keep it 3000.